We have seen gambling, sports betting, gaming come online since PASS was repealed across the US. Responsible gambling needs to follow.
You're listening to 15M Mastery, a show that empowers you with insights from the leading iGaming experts to enhance your personal or business performance. The show is brought to you by tech-driven affiliate and media company Already Media, and supported by the AI-powered data analytics platform Blask. Yo Investments, a fund manager investing in outstanding people who are disrupting the iGaming, fintech, and crypto industries. And BC Game, the multi-award-winning crypto casino with a player-centric approach. Hey everyone, and welcome to 15M Mastery. Today, we welcome back Elliot Rapaport, founder and CEO of Birches Health. Elliot has pioneered innovation partnerships between betting platforms and behavioral health services. Today, we will explore how collaboration across sectors create better support systems for responsible gambling. Welcome back, Elliot.
Dimitri, thank you so much for having me back. Excited to continue our conversation here.
Let's dive in. How do partnerships between operators and health services create better outcomes for problem gamblers?
So the focus here has to be on awareness and on access. The first step is making sure that people who may have realized that they, or even those closest to them, loved ones, family members, trusted friends and colleagues, are addicted to gambling, do not even know where to turn. Then once they do begin and decide to begin the process of seeking out treatment, they don't often know that they or their loved ones, you can access specialized care for gambling disorder from the comfort of home, and that you can have it covered by your insurance. And so individuals who need this specialized treatment in gambling disorder, they actively may be in crisis and they need care as quickly as possible, and care that's actually specialized from licensed certified providers. So when we partner with operators and really with others and anyone in the industry, as one of the core tenets and the most important one of the partnership, we focus on making sure that for individuals across the US, no matter where they are in their mindset, if they need access to care, we can get it to them.
Okay, so my next question here then is how partnering with state health development departments will improve access to gambling support services, because it feels like, maybe this is just my experience, but working with the government and the bigger companies is always creating a long tail of decision-making process, right? And sometimes these organizations are not even seriously considered about someone reaching out to them. So I was wondering, whether it's a great thing to do it in your case as well.
So we're honored at Birches Health and really proud to be partnered with state governments, state problem gambling councils, state departments of health, and state departments of gaming across the US. And these public-private partnerships are crucial to increasing access to fast and insurance-covered support for individuals and their families who are struggling with gambling and with sports betting addiction. And really the most effective partnerships often stem from conversations that are naturally three-sided. And these can be a healthcare provider, of course, such as us here at Birches Health. It can be with an operator, with a league partner, and then often with a state government or a state Department of Health or Department of Gaming. And so as part of our innovative model here at Birches Health, we want to align incentives for state departments and for leagues across the US. And most importantly, ensure that individuals engaging in gambling, engaging in sports betting, that they're protected, and that if they need access to treatment, they can get it.
What about professional sports leagues? What kind of role these organizations play in responsible gambling initiatives?
So professional sports leagues, in some ways, they're the arbiters of American culture. And as online gambling was legalized across the US ever since PASPA's repeal, you obviously had professional leagues lean into that, actively forming relationships with some of the large gambling and gaming operators. And so now, as the focus on responsible gaming resources and access to problem gambling treatment has increased, and rightfully so, professional sports leagues are focusing more and more on ways to protect American consumers and ensure that those who do decide to engage with gambling, with sports betting, that they're doing so in a sustainable manner. The focus here, no matter where you are in the ecosystem, needs to be on reducing the potential of gambling harm, and for those who do actively need access to treatment, making sure they can get it as quickly and seamlessly as possible.
Do you think it works better from the perspective of the larger organizations, like you mentioned, the sports leagues as probably the flagship example, but like what is stronger actually, the smaller hyper engaged communities of like ambassadors, or like any small sportsmen, or is this like still like a bigger league which makes a bigger impact?
So we often think about that at Birches Health because we work with some of the largest organizations and state governments across the US, but also with smaller, more passionate organizations who are actively in the day-to-day focused on increasing access to problem gambling treatment. And I think it's really both. It really needs to be a top-down and a bottoms-up approach. We're all in many ways in this together. We're all in this ecosystem, and we need to focus on ensuring that access to specialized treatment for gambling disorder is available for all.
I love it. Let's talk about partnerships with the sports betting platforms. Do they actually help to create more effective referral pathways to care? Because it feels like, I probably mentioned Europe the last time in the previous episode, but like, is this a big thing in the US as well, where the operators themselves, they are becoming the advocates of responsible gambling, and then they work with organizations such as yours to help you to create like as I mentioned, referral pathway to care?
So I do think you're starting to see more of these private partnerships. But the focus here and our North Star, both as a company strategically, but also within each partnership, is really on access. Individuals who need specialized treatment for gambling disorder, they may actively be in crisis and they need care as quickly as possible. And care that's actually specialized from licensed, certified, and trained counselors. So when we partner with operators and others in the gambling industry, as one of the core tenets of a partnership, we focus on making sure that for individuals across the US, no matter where they are in their mindset, if they need access to care, we can get it to them. We want to be as visible as Birches Health on betting platforms as possible. We do not want to only exist many clicks away and frankly, not seen by individuals across the US who might be engaging. So problem gambling resources and treatment should be front and center. Responsible gaming should be front and center. I think it has been more so over the past year. And Birches Health and our clinical program, we would like to be front and center too.
Where do you see the biggest opportunity for new partnerships in responsible gambling coming from?
So some of the biggest opportunities for new effective partnerships in responsible gambling, I think, need to coincide with the transition from brick and mortar land-based casinos to the online arena over the past 5 or more years. We have seen gambling, sports betting, gaming come online since PASPA's repeal across the US. Responsible gambling needs to follow. And it's starting to, which is very encouraging to see. But you need to be in a situation where when you are speaking to individuals who may never have entered a land-based casino, in their lives and they're gambling, they're sports betting only from their phone, you need to be meeting them with responsible gaming resources and also, more importantly, access to problem gambling treatment online. And that's the beauty of our model at Birches Health as a fully virtual clinical program, which can offer this specialized care from the comfort of home and all covered by insurance and state funding.
Yeah, absolutely love it. So I think for those who missed the last episode, please go and listen where we talk a lot about actually the technology, the innovation, and how to tackle it. So please go and give it a listen. The only last question I got here is actually about the funding, because, in many countries, even like government, they create certain government-backed funding tools to drive responsible gambling initiatives. So I was actually wondering what funding mechanisms you think work best to support responsible gambling programs. Either this is, a government programs or operator-driven programs, or like maybe even players-backed programs.
At Birches Health, we ensure that care is affordable and accessible to all by going in-network with the largest insurance payers nationally, as well as state governments and Department of Health and Department of Gaming. And this has really been a huge focus of ours over the past 2 years. The company's mission of care accessibility continues, as we can ensure that those who need access to specialized gambling addiction treatment from the comfort of home can access it in a financially sustainable way. And currently, the majority of patients' care is covered by insurance or these government funding sources, which we're very proud to say.
Awesome. I love it. Elliot, thank you so much for such a wonderful episode. And your work shows how collaboration can transform an industry. And thanks for showing us how partnerships can create a real change in responsible gambling. It was a beautiful episode. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you for having me. Again, I'm Elliot Rapaport, founder of Birches Health, and we're excited to increase access to problem gambling treatment from the comfort of home and covered by insurance across the U.S.
Thank you so much, Elliot. You guys are doing an amazing job, and companies like yours definitely need more brand awareness and obviously penetration into the industry. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for sharing all your insights with us today.